Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, your main proprietor at the Tenkar's Tavern blog. So today, I thought I would start leafing through the Arduin trilogy again. I haven't been there in a while. Figured it was time to go back. Feels like old times. And I saw this piece on Thieves and Thievery. And I'll just read it. Special note on Thieves and Thievery. Thieves and fantasy role playing games are a unique and challenging character type to play, especially successfully. Here are a few hints that may make it easier. Okay. To begin with, a thief should never, and that's underlined, be put into a strictly combat only situation unless there is absolutely no help for it. All right. But, and I understand that where it's coming from. And thieves should be putting themselves in a position to backstab or whatever. Yeah, they're not fighters, they're not clerics, they're not gonna last long. They're not fighters and cannot hold their own in combat situations. A thief's job is to open locked doors, treasure chests, and other locked enclosures, and to deactivate all mechanical traps that may be defending them. Here's the issue. Low level thieves. And when I say low level thieves, I mean thieves less than name level, right? Less than 10th level. Generally have like AD&D 1E. They got shitty abilities. The odds are that if you are going to play the game by the book, a first level thief will fail at picking traps, what? Or finding traps, removing traps 4 to 5 times. Why would a low level thief put themselves in a position where they're the only one to take almost certain damage, as opposed to combat, where at least the damage, the threat is distributed? So, I'm going to address this afterwards. I've had some ideas and I've played with them. Let's see how it works. They're occasionally used to sneak into various areas to try to steal some very portable treasure, magic, or otherwise. To hide in shadows and move silently is certainly and generally a better skill for them than finding and moving traps and picking locks, and forget about picking pockets. But what's their strongest skill usually at low levels? Climbing walls, what, 85%, 86% start? You see the issue here is, yes, the thief should be able to do all the stuff, and as the game is written, or as most systems are written, it doesn't take that into account. There, there are occasions to sneak if it is felt that direct assault is unfeasible. Most of all, they are a character type that allows the game player to have a full range of abilities and possibilities, not confined to the more traditional mage, cleric, or fighter types, which is true. But when a mage casts a spell, magic user casts their spell, it always goes off, right? I might be saving throw against it, and maybe gonna make a 2-hit roll on some rare occasions. But a lot of times, you pretty much know I'm gonna cast my magic missile. It does damage. I'm gonna cast sleep. Creatures under 4 hit dice. We're gonna get at least some of them, right? You know this. Cleric. Well, I've got a weapon. I can turn undead at a certain level. Pretty early in AD&D, you can automatically turn skeletons at what, 4th level? Going off the top of my head. These things are very powerful, whereas thieves, by default, have a negative chance to do any of their abilities. A 1 in 4 chance, a what's it to be like 1 in 3? It's pretty exciting for them, right? Just remember to play them as thieves and nothing else, and all will be well. If you play them as thieves and nothing else, as written, they will die a quick and early death. Right? They're not going to find the trap, and the trap that they don't find is going to kill them. Simple as that. Or how many attempts are you going to make at picking a lock? The rule that we always went by is if you failed a lockpick, you couldn't try again to your next level. Well, that kind of sucks, right? So here is the general base, how I have done it recently, and it changes depending on whether I am using my continual light rules or my swords and visual light rules, or if I am using like AD&D, where we go to percentiles for thief abilities. But roughly, in the case of um, say a lock, if it is the basic lock that basic prison lock that you always see in those old movies and those old dungeons, all those ancient prison locks have a plus 40% chance to be picked. Now, there's always a 5% chance of failure. All right. So even a high level thief picking that basic lock is going to have a chance to fail. But it also means that you can put these basic locks in for low level characters, and their chance to succeed should be around 50%. If I am playing with Wizard Light or Continual Light, and again, these are optional rules. I'll probably put them into a forthcoming issue of Torchlight. But I would say, say success being 1 in 6, you get a 2-point bonus. So right now your success rolls are 3 and 6. With Swords with Your Light, Continual Light, I would roll that if you roll a 6, roll a second time. This is with, it's like, wow, your chance to succeed is 6 out of 6. No, you roll the 6. You roll the 6. If you roll the 6, roll it again. If you roll another 6, then you failed. That puts failure into a rare category, but it's roughly 3%, I guess. 3.5%. My math isn't great, but it's close enough to that 5% failure that we were doing on a D20 or on a percentile roll. That's what you're going to have to do, and you can have traps that aren't as easy to pick. Maybe they're a negative 20. Maybe at high levels, you have ones that are, oh my god, your number you got to hit now. It's actually 20 in your against you. Well, you had a 5 and 6 chance. Now it's a 4 and 6 chance. You gotta, if you're gonna make a thief class be a thief class, you have to allow them to be able to use their abilities from the start. And as written, and I'm guilty of it with Swords and Wizard Light and Continual Light, because that's the way the systems are written, you don't have those options built in. But you can do it not by changing the skill, but by changing, I guess you would say, the target level in later editions. But you can make certain traps more basic and easier. The baseline is +0, and the tough ones have a penalty, right? -20. Oh, this is an easy one. You got +40 to your percent chance of succeeding, or you get you get to subtract 2 from your D6 roll, or you get add 2 to what the target you needed. You needed to roll a 1 or less. Now you can roll a 3 or less. That to me is what you would need to follow Dave's advice here. Maybe you think I'm wrong. Maybe you think, no, Thieves they level up so quickly. Yeah, they do, but their abilities don't. Their abilities go up really slow. So these are ways you can do that with traps. Finding them, basic trap to find, basic trap to disarm. You can do it with locks. So they're very easy ways to shift things a little bit into the side of a thief can be a thief, doesn't have to worry about being a third class warrior. Just my thoughts. Folks, we are still in the midst of the endemic, so use your common sense. All right. I'm going to pin something at the end of this. It is for the Tavern Video Network. It's basically going to be a newsletter, and it's at Substacks, so you can subscribe to the newsletter, or you can just bookmark the page if you don't want to subscribe. And this way, On the weekend, we will give you an update on various video channels, not just this one. Joe the Lawyer, Joe Block, the Greyhawk Grognard, Matt Jackson. At some point, when Bad Mike and Rob Conley, that in the attic, get their channels up, you'll be getting their updates and others. We will keep on expanding this network as we see fit, but it's going to be slow. There will be some growing pains, I am sure, as I figure out the best way to administer this. But the idea is you have a place to go to get a synopsis of what somebody's channel is, what they talk about, and the best post of the last week, in their opinion. So it's Tenkar's Tavern.substack.com, or go to the pinned comment at the end of this. Hopefully we'll see you there. All right, folks. I don't know. Did I say be safe, be well, God bless, roll those dice, roll them well. I'll be back again tomorrow with a live stream. I believe, I gotta look at my watch. I believe it's Glenn Hellstrom. Yes, Old Man Grognard tomorrow. Glenn's channel is also going to be listed on the Tavern Video Network. And you can see what Glenn's been doing. There you go. All right, folks. Latest.